From the Rockfield campus of Montgomery College Television is proud to present NJCAA college basketball with the Monroe College Mustangs taking on the Frederick Community College Cougars in what is going to be a quadruple header today. I am joined by my partner, Andre Anderson. And, Andre, we've got a full day of basketball ahead of us.
We do. It's a good thing we have comfy seats because we'll be sitting for a while. But, I mean, hey, the winter season here, winter sports, that means basketball is here. And this is going to look like to be a, up and down pace game, fast pace, a lot of points. Should be good.
Should be good. We are in the first game of the tournament. We'll explain more about the tournament as the game goes on, but in this one in black we have Monroe College from Bronx, New York. They're taking on Maryland JUCO's Frederick Cougars. They are in the white, and we are underway here in the first of 4 games today. Coming into this one, Monroe is 2-1 on the young season. Frederick has played just 1 game. They are 0-1 coming into today. So this is the annual Montgomery College tip-off tournament. They've been holding it now for quite a few years, and it's basically a showcase, a tournament to honor basketball, honor NJCAA basketball, to celebrate basketball, and we've got 8 teams from all up and down the East Coast in action this weekend. So let's pick up the starters real quick while we're in action. For Frederick, number 1, Amelia Robbins. Number 3, Paige Smith. Number 4, who just missed that, Hardy. Number 5, Kayla Dangerfield. And number 10, Michaela Wright. Starting for the Mustangs from Monroe College. Again, they're in black. We have number 10, Nicole Bencosme. Number 11, number 12, Carlotta Gomez Alonso. Number 13, Emma Wilson Saltos. And number 23, Sharon Brown. Head coach for the Mustangs from Monroe is Camille McClellan. The assistant is Rashidi Akins. Head coach for Frederick is Sheldon Henry. His assistants are Angie Navarez, Alexis Ogren, and Kevin Henry. So we are underway. Frederick showing a full court press here, Andre, early.
Yeah, they are. I mean, from the tip-off, high energy from both teams, which is always, what everyone likes to see in basketball. But these ladies are coming out strong here on both teams.
Well, we've got 2 good programs. And that's on the end line. That's a foul. Foul on Frederick. It's a non-shooting foul. Second foul on Frederick in the early going. Monroe up 2-0. And there's a bucket by Secaroli off the inbounds.
Yeah, really good N1 opportunity right there. She's very tall, has a good height advantage over a lot of the players. So her getting to the paint is going to be something that she's going to want to do quite often today. And tomorrow, 2 games.
She's 6'1", and she is from Avignon, France. Good look at Alicia. And she's a freshman. Both teams are very young. Frederick has just 1 sophomore on their entire roster.
Wow.
Whereas Monroe does have 5 6 sophomores on their roster.
Yeah, that's it's almost like a blessing and a curse for a program to have, that many, or I would almost say one sophomore, because maybe the experience of the second year isn't there for most of the team. But with that being the case, next year they're going to have so many sophomores that it's going to be a very mature team. Players are going to know what it's like to play at this level. So it's going to be a good learning experience for these players.
And, of course, when you have that many inexperienced players, you expect jitters, you expect possibly turnovers. Oh, there's a shot from the corner by Gomez Alonso. She is their top scorer. Again, stats don't mean that much this early. Monroe's only played 3 games. Frederick just 1, but Alonso is one of their returning players and is their leading scorer, averaging 19.3 points per game. Nice drive, block.
Good block.
Good block by Wilson Saltos. Wilson Saltos is their second leading scorer. She's averaging a double-double, 14 points a game and 13.7 rebounds. That's a lot of rebounds, Andre.
Oh, that is.
Frederick trying to get it in. They do. Here's their top scorer with the ball, Paige Smith.
Oh, that's
trapping defense. Frederick broke it.
great defense.
And rebound to Secaroli. It's already 8-0 Monroe.
Yeah, and
there's a block. No foul called. Nice block there by Jasmine Hardy.
yeah, Monroe doesn't seem like they're going to be letting up at all. As I say that, a 3 in the corner from Secaroli.
Secaroli just buried that one. Really nice touch. And they are up 11-0 here in the early going. So we have seen a lot of Monroe, Andre, over the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. They are a program from the Bronx, New York.
Yeah.
And they travel a lot.
They do. They do.
And I think one of the issues that they have, not so much with basketball, but with some of the other sports, is they don't have, because they are in the Bronx, and anybody who's familiar with New York City and knows the Bronx knows how densely populated and developed it is. Yeah. So, it's tough to find a place to put a soccer field, for example.
Yeah, much so. And with that being the case, I mean, we've seen them in volleyball, we've seen them in soccer, now we're seeing them in basketball. And another thing to point out with this Monroe program is how many international students they have. It's actually quite incredible. On every team we've seen, soccer team, basketball team, volleyball team, it's just a bunch of international players.
Yeah, they obviously have some kind of international connections. Mm-hmm. Now the basketball team, there's a good look at their head coach, Camille McClellan. And I got to talk about Camille a little bit because she has an Ohio State connection in her resume.
Yeah, that hits close to home, huh?
That's right. That's my old alma mater. And but Camille was part of that, the Buckeyes women's basketball staff when they won the Big Ten championship a couple or 3 seasons ago.
That's awesome.
Gomez Alonso, and they set it up. Frederick in a zone, 2-3 zone.
They're patient with the ball right here.
They really are.
And as I say that,
they throw it away.
Commentators curse. I'm already getting it started.
Our officials for today are Simon Mabasso, Ed Krug, and Michelle Rather. Underway, the first of 4 at Montgomery College today.
And 1.
They're not going to give her the bucket.
Okay, foul on the ground. Yep.
And it is an N1. A little late on the call there. And that'll put Jasmine Hardy on the line. Jasmine is a freshman out of Frederick.
She's averaging a double-double, 10 points, 14 rebounds.
She had a good first game.
She did. That's incredible. It's a very good stat line, especially those rebounds. You can tell that she's going to be all over the boards.
Yeah, she's going to be a handful for the Mustangs. So the scoreboard is wrong, I believe.
Travel. Oh, wow, and one. What a spin move.
That's.
Oh, they didn't give her a bucket. Okay.
Okay, they did not give her the bucket. I stand corrected. So it's 11-1 Mustangs. And there is Saltos. But she fouled getting to the ball. So that's a foul on her. And in for the Mustangs right now is number 32, Aita Yai. Aita Yai from Senegal. She is quite a presence out there at 6'3". And she traveled. Got the rebound, but traveled. Frederick will inbound.
Good pass.
Nice
Good
interior passing.
And stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, number one there, Amelia Robbins, was on the end line.
Yeah, I can tell that Frederick seemed to be wanting to get down low, and score close to the basket. But the problem is that this Monroe team has very tall ladies, and it's a little bit difficult for Frederick to get down low right now.
Yeah, that appears to be the plan, but Monroe really has an imposing front court. Also in for Frederick right now is number 2, Brianna Lawyer. She just checked in. Another freshman out of Middletown, Maryland. Pass down low, there's the shot. No good. Rebound to Secaroli. His eye with the little hook comes up short. So Yai on the line, should be shooting a couple. It's been all Monroe so far. Frederick yet to score a field goal.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but they are, creating some chances. They've got some shots off, so I expect some of the buckets to fall fairly soon for them. Hopefully they can get on a roll.
And Yai makes them both.
She has a soft touch.
Very, very soft touch. Noticed that in the warm-ups.
Yeah.
There's Robbins at the point. Takes it all the way to the hoop and scores. There's a turnover by Monroe. So it'll go back to Frederick. Chance to cut into that lead a little bit more. First basketball games of the season for MCTV. We have a rather ambitious basketball schedule this season, Andre. You and I are Going to be calling quite a few Raptors games this year.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a good thing we like each other.
Yeah, it is, because we're going to spend a lot of time together, particularly over the next 2 days. Acrobatic drive, it's off. That was Sharon Brown. Brown is another sophomore. Hometown player right out of the Bronx. Ceccaroli, and it's taken away there by Lawyer. Frederick.
Good pass.
Excellent pass. She had an open look. That was right, but couldn't get it to go. Yai picks up a foul. And that puts Alicia Jamat on the line for Frederick. Alicia is another freshman out of Frederick, 5'9" freshman. And this is his second.
Although they haven't been scoring too much lately, the defense has been good. And on cue once again.
I think the press is bothering Monroe just a little bit as another turnover.
Yeah.
So Frederick has been effective with the pressure. Nice look down there to Lawyer, but she is fouled by Ben Cosme. And that'll put Brianna Lawyer on the foul line.
The intensity of this coach is honestly, as an athlete growing up, I always loved when I had intense coaches because it only fired me up as well. If your coach is fired up, how could you not be?
Well, the head coach for the Mustangs, Camille McClellan, is clearly fired up. Right off the mark, misses everything, and it'll go back over to the Mustangs. Mustangs are a D1 program at the NJCAA level, and Frederick is a D2 program. Most of the schools in the tip-off tournament are D2, with the exception of the Mustangs and then one of the men's teams that we'll talk about later. And that's a blocking foul on the Mustangs.
Yeah, Robbins for Frederick has been a spark plug on defense, trying to run and facilitate on offense. She's been a good player so far.
Yeah, you can tell she plays with a lot of energy.
She does.
I'm impressed with her. This is Paige Smith with the basketball. She handles it well. There's a nice shot.
Ooh.
Up, no good.
Good move there, too.
Rebound by Gomez Alonso. Brown with the ball, has it taken away by Robbins. Nice feed to right, she missed it. Had to reach back a little bit for that pass, and I think that's what foiled the attempt.
Yeah. It's never easy trying to get the ball from the back like that, and then having someone trying to block your shot as well. You're going to have to kind of contort your body.
Exactly. So a good look here at the Mustangs bench. Camille McClellan. She's coaching them up right now. And there's a good look at Sheldon Henry, head coach of Frederick. This is his second stint with Frederick as head coach. He was here from he was there from 2016 to 20, and then came back this past year. So he's back for his second time around. Brown with the ball out top. Gomez Alonso from the corner, and she's fouled. That'll be a 3-point foul on a three-pointer, so that's going to be 3 shots. Both teams now with 5 personals. And if you're unfamiliar with the women's basketball at the NJCAA level, the women's games are played in quarters, and the men's games are played 20-minute halves. The women's games are played with 4 10-minute quarters. They changed that rule a couple of years ago. I never quite figured out why.
I was literally going to ask why. It's a good thing I didn't, because we don't know the answer to that.
I don't know whether it was something coaches wanted, or I don't know. Was it TV related? I don't know. And there is
Robbins.
There's Robbins again. She's a real spark plug out there.
I don't know if she's actually even come out this quarter yet, has she?
No, she's play. My guess is she's going to play 35 to 40 minutes. She plays with a lot of energy. She communicates very well out there, and she's very athletic. From the corner, off. They like that 3, but they're not getting it to fall. That was number 2, Kaya Nolan, rather.
3 ball.
There's a deep 3 by Smith. It's off the mark. Rebound to Gomez. I'm sorry, Gomez Alonso. Rolly to Gomez Alonso.
3
deep
ball.
3. Nope.
Another miss. Yeah, it's been a little bit difficult for Monroe lately, but I think what I would like to see from them at least is, get the ball down low a bit. They have more of a height advantage than Frederick.
Sure. They definitely have the height advantage over Frederick.
Yeah, they've been taking a lot of threes. Another one right here.
Rolly hits the back of the rim, no good. And rebound taken away there by Robbins again with the quick hands. She looks to push it, and is stolen by Nolan. Gets it to Brown, the point guard. Gomez Alonso from deep, and she makes it. That's her second 3 of the first quarter.
Yeah. If she gets going, this could be a shootout for her, averaging 19 points a game so far, and a travel.
And there's a traveling violation on Smith. Turned it over. 37 seconds to go. And they'll work the clock here. Slapped away there by Wright. Picked up by Smith. And Frederick's going to go for the last shot here in the quarter. Smith. Lawyer. And there's a foul. Foul is on Gomez Alonso. It'll be a 1-and-1. I'm sorry, 2-shot foul. 2-shot foul. So Brianna Lawyer at the line. She's from Middletown, Maryland. It's an all Maryland lineup for Frederick. Second shot in and out, no good. Secaroli with the rebound, and that's the quarter. So after 1 quarter of play, the Monroe Mustangs are up 19-7. And we're going to keep it right here for the break. And pretty good game so far. Frederick is the shots aren't falling, but they are holding their own.
They are. They're playing feisty defense, led by Robbins, number 1 on the team. She's been everywhere, like we've been saying over and over. She's been a spark plug. But if they can knock down some shots, Frederick, they can get right back into this game really quickly.
Absolutely. The Mustangs started out pretty hot from the field. They have cooled off quite a bit. So we've got actually a better game than we anticipated, at least at this moment. So good to see. Good start to the tournament. Again, this is the Montgomery College tip-off basketball tournament. And we've got 8 teams from all up and down the East Coast participating this weekend. 4 games today. We'll be right back here again tomorrow for another quadruple header. And so a lot of good basketball this weekend. And Andre, tell people how they can watch these games.
Yes, so these games are being streamed live, as we know, as you guys are listening here and watching it. But they will be on the Montgomery College YouTube page. If you go actually to the YouTube page, you go to the live section on the YouTube page, click it, and you will see actually all the games. So the games that are not even played right now will be there. Obviously, we can't watch them if it's not being played yet, but the preview is there for you to click it, maybe even set a reminder for yourself so that when that game does start, bing, a little alert will pop up, tell you to watch the game. But that's where you'll be able to go and see all the games from today and for tomorrow.
So a full weekend of college basketball at its finest, at its purest, really. And Gomez Alonso on the line. It's a good look at Carlotta. She is from Madrid, Spain. So again, another international athlete on this Monroe team.
Have you ever been
to Madrid?
Yeah.
No, I haven't, but I would love to. I understand it's a great city.
Yeah, that'd be definitely be amazing.
Apparently the nightlife is pretty fun.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, a young guy like you might want to check it out.
Hey, I'm not, I'm just here working. I'm not saying anything.
And the food is supposed to be outstanding.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. And I'm a big soccer fan as well. So
there you
Real
go.
Madrid soccer team is a team I love watching. So that would also be something that I would love to partake in.
And maybe a little red wine after the the soccer
Like
game.
I said, I'm just here working,
Smith is determined to make that 3 fall. Oh, look at this speed by Gomez Alonso, but she missed it. Great follow there by Secaroli. Boy, she's got good speed for somebody her size, Secaroli.
She does. So this game is getting a little fast-paced. Everyone's getting knocked over right here.
Monroe has dominated really from the tip, although, again, Frederick has been feisty and they've hung in there. But Monroe has led from the opening tip. Brown with the shot, no good. Secaroli misses the follow. And coming out there with it is number 7, Andrea Owusu. Andrea is also from Frederick. She's wearing that brace. You and I noticed that during the warm-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of amazing that she can play with that big brace on.
Oh yeah, that's it's a pretty intense one. But I guess she's recovering from her injury, so she's giving it a shot.
Well, all sympathy from me to her because I went through that about 4 or 5 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Wore a brace for 4 months.
Do you mind giving the story, telling the story, or
Well,
keep it short?
let's put it this way. I tore my quad tendon that attaches to the kneecap.
Oof.
And severed it.
Oh, my.
And it's been a long road to recovery, so I have ultimate respect there for Owusu, I'm sorry, for playing with that on. Because it's cumbersome. Although hers is relaxed so that she's got a lot of range of motion in it. They can dial the intensity on those braces. Mine, I couldn't move it at all for 2 months.
Hey, but you're doing better now. Brace is off.
Yeah, for an old guy, I'm bouncing back. There's Brown with the drive, cuts through, throws it up. She's fouled. Good look there at Sharon Brown, sophomore out of Bronx. Bronx, of course, if you're familiar with New York, is right there near the new Yankee Stadium and just on the other side of the George Washington Bridge if you're traveling north on 95. Missed it, and Jamont had the rebound, lost the handle, and it'll stay down there with Monroe.
3 ball.
Another 3 from the corner, off the mark.
Yeah, they do love that corner 3.
They love it.
Yeah, Monroe. They've been shooting a lot of them.
That's obviously a big part of their offense. And 3-second violation on Monroe. Granted, Monroe's only played 3 games this year. Right now, they're only shooting 24.5% from 3.
Something they're probably going to definitely want to improve on as the season goes on.
Absolutely. Considering there's a travel by Smith, she's not happy with the call. Good look there again at Camille McClellan, head coach for Monroe. Right next to her is number 10, Nicole Ben-Cosme. This is the first season as head coach for McClellan. I mentioned earlier she was part of the Ohio State women's basketball program. She also has worked at Farley Dickinson and Fordham. So she's had a lot of experience. And that's going to be a foul on Hardy. Four team fouls already on Frederick, and we're only we're not even 3 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, they're going to get into a situation where Monroe might be going to the foul line after every foul coming up soon.
Well, 5 team fouls, and you go into the 1-and-1. There's Smith, again short. She's having trouble finding the mark, and she's their leading scorer. Again, they've only played the 1 game.
Yeah, so they're trying to still find their groove, you know.
But Smith did score 21 points in that 1 game. Nice look down low. That's going to be another foul. And that's going to be on number 5, Kayla Dangerfield. With the push. Two shots. And a real good look there at Kaya Nolan from Mount Vernon, New York. 5'7" freshman guard. She had 11 points in the, is averaging 11 points so far for Monroe, coming off the bench. Coaches love that when you get some, some instant offense off the bench.
Oh yeah, it's almost like the six man, or in this case, the six woman coming off the bench. And the thing about basketball, good bucket.
Robbins.
Really good bucket, which I think is very interesting, is how, you have your starting five, but then the bench unit as well is almost a whole nother unit. So if you can come off the bench and score just like a starter, that is huge, especially when the starters are taking a little bit of a rest.
Absolutely. You're always looking for a spark off the bench on both ends of the court. Sometimes you bring somebody in just because they're an excellent defender.
Mm-hmm.
So Frederick trying to cut into this lead. Again, Monroe is led from start to right from the start. Robbins with the screen. And the shot is off the mark by Dangerfield. And Frederick will inbound under their own basket. Right from deep, no good.
Little bit
rebound to the Mustangs. Gomez Alonso with the rebound. Brown. There's Gomez Alonso off the mark. Didn't hit anything that time. There's Nolan.
Great bucket.
Kaya Nolan has really come in to give Monroe a nice spark. Robbins. No good. Rebound to Nolan. Oop, pass a little bit behind. Smith. Throws it up there. No good. Rebound Secaroli.
Secaroli has been dominating on the boards on both ends.
We're going to have to check her stats at halftime. She's got a passable of rebounds. From Avignon, France. I just like saying Avignon, France. Nolan. Boy.
Three. Wow.
Wow. And she's not running particularly well, Andre. It looks like she's got a little.
Is she limping a little?
A little bit of a hitch there when she's running. And that ball misses everything. And that'll go to the Mustangs. Keep an eye on Nolan, but it didn't look to me like she was running freely. She's still out there. And there's a travel turnover. Early in the season, folks, you're going to see a lot of turnovers.
Yep. Still trying to, teammates still trying to figure each other out.
Oh, yeah.
They're just trying to get into a rhythm.
Smith scores. She's been hungering for that one.
You know what they say, though, in basketball, shooters shoot.
Shooters shoot.
And she will just continue to,
That's the only way out of a shooting slump.
That's it.
It doesn't happen magically. And Smith knocks it out of bounds.
A little bit of that as well. Some good defense can really get your confidence up.
She got in the passing lane that time. Sharon Brown with the ball. Gets it into nice feed too.
Wow.
Beautiful feed there from Secaroli to Gomez Alonso. Robbins is really keeping Frederick in this thing.
This is a good replay right here. Robbins once again really setting the standard for her team.
Just a freshman out of Williamsport, Maryland.
Well, where's that? Where's Williamsport?
Williamsport is north of Hagerstown.
Oh, okay.
And there's a bucket again for Gomez Alonso. Smith off the mark, no good. Yeah, Williamsport is right on the Maryland-Pennsylvania line.
Oh, okay.
North of Frederick. I'm sorry, north of Hagerstown. Oh, it's also north of Frederick. But it's very close to Hagerstown. Kayla Wright brings the ball up. Very few substitutions for Frederick. They've only gone a couple deep off the bench.
I'm going to say, though, Paige Smith for Frederick. Once she starts getting some of these shots to go down, I can really see how she, scored 21 points in her first game. She takes the shot. She gets open shots. She gets open. She's just trying to find her rhythm. But she has a good, good form. I mean, once a couple of them, fall into the net, I can really see her scoring some points today.
And she plays with a lot of energy,
She
lot of
does.
intensity. I like watching her play. And, I think you're right, Andre. I see her getting going. Now, both these teams will play again tomorrow. And we'll talk about that later, of course. But they will be back here tomorrow as, again, we've got 8 games over the course of 2 days, one right after the other, with about 20 minutes in between. And Monroe will inbound under the Frederick basket. And again, Frederick with a little bit of pressure. And it's been effective at times.
It has.
Brown is pushed. And the foul's on Robbins, who cannot believe it. She's open-mouthed. I love her face. She is just like, what? Come on. It was rather ticky-tack, I have to admit.
Yeah. But you know how it is as an athlete. It's like you feel like you never foul anybody. Even if, you tackle them or do something completely illegal. You're going to say, what? Me? There's no way. There's no way. So.
Sharon Brown on the line for Monroe. And she makes. Got a lane violation. So they take that point off the board. 38-18.
Out of bounds.
Oh, and Robbins had her heel on the out of bounds line.
Mm-hmm.
She took the blame for it, but a better pass and that wouldn't have happened. Frederick, they're putting up a feisty effort here.
They are. 3 ball.
Off the mark. And Ita Yai is back in, number 32 for Monroe. As they haven't gone too deep on their bench either.
No, Saccarelli, she's been in most of the game.
Saccarelli has played the entire game, so is Gomez Alonzo and Sharon Brown. And I think Ben Cosme's been in the entire time.
This spin move.
That was a nice move, but it didn't fall. Very agile.
Yeah, that was a great move.
Good ball movement.
Great block, great defense. Ooh.
High with the block, and down on the floor goes Ben Cosme. She's all right, looks like. The player that we're not seeing more of right now for Monroe, and a little bit surprised, is Emma Wilson-Saltos, who is their second leading scorer. She's got her warm-up jacket on. I'm hoping she's not injured. She started the game. She's second on the team in points and first on the team in rebounds, averaging a double-double.
Well, I will say it's a little bit chilly in the gym. And that's just, coming from, a Jamaican guy who thinks everything below 70 is cold. But yeah, so maybe she's just trying to stay warm.
Maybe that's it. Time winding down here in the first half. It's been Monroe from the start. This is as close as Frederick has been in a while at 17. Brown. Oh, good follow by Secaroli. Oh, almost a steal.
Great pass behind the back.
Brown.
Three ball.
Wow, to Michaela Wright.
Great job.
Nice sequence there for Frederick. Beautiful behind the back pass from Robinson. Wright just buried the three.
A couple more of those, they'll be right back into the game.
That's the beauty of the three. It can get you back in the game very quickly. There's a whistle, 3 seconds on Nolan. 12.8 seconds to go. Time for one last shot here for Frederick. Robbins to Smith. 5 seconds to go. Smith.
Oh, foul.
And she's fouled. That could go against either one of. And Ben Cosme picks up the foul. Could have been on her or Gonzalez, but definitely Ben Cosme. So only 4 team fouls in this quarter for Monroe. As Smith makes the first. And misses the second. Rebound, right, off the mark. So, we have played one half of basketball here, and after one half of play, the Monroe College Mustangs on top 40-25. And Andre, any quick thoughts before we take a break?
Even though the Mustangs are down right now, Frederick, they still have a chance. I mean, they've been getting back into it. They've been playing some good defense. I've been a big fan of Robbins offensively, defensively. She's been a real big spark to the team. But Monroe's a good team. You know, they have size. They get the ball down low. Sacaroli has been dominating in the paint, scoring. So this should be a really good second half.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some very important Montgomery College news. Second half of this one coming up in about 15 minutes.
How do you define Montgomery College? That's the wrong question. It's not how it's defined, it's who defines it.
This is a turning point. It's a moment to look to the future and reify your purpose.
MC is defined by those who put in the work, from early mornings to late nights, from the classroom to the workplace, with their family, their teammates, and when no one is watching. When our students declare to the world, "I am MC," they stand tall, backed by 1,000 experiences that have shaped them along the way, and alongside those who have walked the path with them.
There may have been moments of doubt when you were frayed by too much responsibility. Some of you have changed majors and found new inspiration. Through it, you have found the courage to surmount obstacles. If you are the first in your family to graduate, please stand up and say, "I am MC." If you earned a high school diploma and a college degree this spring, if you speak more than one language, if you are older than 50 years old, a military service member, an honor student, if you are a parent or a member of the Montgomery College graduating class, please stand up and say, "I am MC."
Those who embody our spirit don't just graduate and move on. Rather, they continue to represent us as the designers of change and the leaders that they've been the entire time. We don't just begin to be inspired by them after graduation. It's that in our eyes, they've been inspiring us every step of the way.
Have you ever walked by a wall of names on a memorial and thought to yourself, what led those names to that wall? Who was Gabriel De Vito on the Memory Park wall from Argentina behind me? Today, I want to inspire you to look for the marks and images of people's lives, especially those people who were impacted by violence, exploitation, and crimes against humanity. Political scientists in the field of transitional justice study how we remember those events and people who should not be forgotten, something we call memorialization. This is a form of reparation, of repair. In The Eighth Life, the Georgian novelist Nino Haratiashvili writes, "We decide what we want to remember and what we don't. Time doesn't do it for us." Political scientists agree. Society makes conscious choices about what we choose to remember and what we choose to forget, even in popular culture. Christopher Golden is a novelist who writes thrillers and horror stories. In 2021, he published the story Road of Bones, where a group of adventurers go to the Kolyma Highway in Russia. In the story, a woman named Ludmila dedicates her life to honoring those who died and were disappeared in the construction of the highway. Ludmila risks her life to pray for and bless the dead. She acts out of her responsibility to the dead, to bless them, to free them, to protect and guide them. So what about you? What do you think we should do to remember those who were victims and survivors of crimes against humanity? Road of Bones puts a supernatural spin on this question, but the people of Magadan in Russia have been dealing with this question in practical ways since the 1990s. How do they pay tribute to those who died in the Soviet Gulag system? The image behind me shows one striking and controversial answer to this question: the mask of sorrow. Camille Kazayev was the architect, and when he made this mask, the face represents the suffering of the Gulag's prisoners, but also the painful process of mourning in the present. Memorials and monuments are about the past, but they're also about the present and the future of society. Those of us who study transitional justice explore how to mourn, how to remember, and how to hold accountable because we want to deter future violence and we want to restore human dignity. So what is transitional justice? Basically, it's how we get from a society that's steeped in violence and pain to a society that has learned to reconcile and to end cycles of impunity. It's really tricky, though, because those goals often conflict with each other. Today, we want to think about memorialization in the form of symbolic reparations and truth commissions. Symbolic reparations, like the Alex Haley Memorial behind me in Annapolis, serve to make amends through public acknowledgement. It serves to restore humanity to people who were written out of history. Truth commissions, like South Africa's Truth and Reconciliation Commission, are official reports that serve to explain the causes of violence and restore accountability. So why is it even important to remember? Remembering isn't a responsibility of one community or one country. It's a responsibility of all of us. Primo Levi, a chemist and author, and someone who survived the Holocaust, wrote in his poem his thoughts. He said that he believed the alternative to remembrance was actually destruction. In Shema, he wrote, "Consider that this has been. I commend these words to you. Engrave them on your hearts. When you are in your house, when you walk on your way, when you go to bed, when you rise, repeat them to your children. Or may your house crumble. Dis-ease render you powerless. Your offspring avert their faces from you." For Primo Levi, if we forget, we're cursed. Just like Golden's characters discover in Road of Bones. So what do you think is necessary to remember those who've suffered from crimes against humanity? I asked Montgomery College students this question, and they answered that they thought the most important thing was to hear survivors and victims' experiences and stories. And particularly important was to do this in a way that makes us profoundly uncomfortable. When we allow ourselves to be uncomfortable through their experience, we welcome their experience of trauma and loss. The Ferguson Commission attempted to do this by having painful and public meetings that centered community voices and experiences. Truth commissions try to accomplish what my students advocated for in very formal ways. These are reports created by government, created by civil society organizations that try to explain the causes, the deep structural causes of violence in specific times and places. They seek to register and acknowledge both individual and collective losses. For example, the Canadian Truth and Reconciliation Commission sought to explore the impact on First Peoples of the residential school system in Canada. In the volume providing the testimony of people who experienced the residential school system, the Commission said, the first step in any process of national reconciliation requires us all to attend to these voices, which have been silenced for far too long. The South African Truth and Reconciliation Commission compiled and published thousands of names of people who were harmed in the apartheid system. Why is naming itself so important? Jeffrey Bluestein argues that naming is critical because it restores the dignity of one's having existed. This is particularly critical in the context of motivated forgetting, where societies have deliberately tried to erase the histories of crimes against humanity. Naming is a form of expressive remembrance. It's an assertion that people existed and that they have a place in humanity. The South African Truth and Reconciliation Commission compiled facts about what happened to specific individuals. Here in this report, Gusha's miscarriage is explained after she was attacked by tear gas. It's a form of reparative remembrance because it acknowledges the historical facts of her experience and asserts the accountability and responsibility of the perpetrator. Remembrance creates sites for public debate and public discussion, and for the transfer of intergenerational knowledge. In 2012, Montgomery College students created memorials and sites of remembrance for survivors of the Khmer Rouge genocide in Cambodia. These sites created a physical space where students could gather to learn, to discuss, to mourn together, even for those lost in a genocide before these students were ever born. Today, memorials and truth commissions have physical spaces, but they're also moving increasingly online, as you can see in the COVID-19 pandemic memorial recently created. Transitional justice emphasizes, though, that there's huge risks and challenges in these efforts. Memorials and commissions that exclude categories of victims and survivors, that skew the narrative to serve the interests of the powerful, actually reinforce the same political dynamics that created conflict in the first place. One of the truisms of our work in political science is that you have to have community participation and buy-in. When communities are excluded, distrust results. You can see that in Iowa City. Here you see the People's Truth and Reckoning Committee, a response to the frustration with Iowa City's Truth and Reconciliation Commission. So over the summer, I went to Locke, California. Locke was established in 1915 by Chinese American immigrants who played key roles in building the California Delta levee system and agricultural environment. But the stories of Locke started to disappear in the 1950s. Over the past couple of decades, Locke has been trying to resurrect the stories of this community and its contribution to California. In the photo that you see, you'll notice just the fragments of a poem. I would challenge you to try to find this poem anywhere. I've been looking for months. This is what's available and what's left. Peter C.Y. Leung laments, here we are, these Chinese immigrants, the early tenant farmers of America. Our story untold, our words scattered like the fruit's forgotten seed. He mourns motivated forgetting. But there's so much still to find. Where have only our tattered, waiting to be, our forgotten, the panorama? How do we uncover these fragments that have gone missing? Locke's Memorial Park and Monument honors, quote, the industrious Chinese pioneers of California whose strength and sacrifice helped build the Transcontinental Railroad, construct the levees of the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta, and develop agriculture in the Central Valley, end quote. The history of Locke was new to me when I traveled there this summer. So here's my request and my task for all of you. I want you to find a place of remembrance, and I want you to reflect and try to uncover the stories that that place of remembrance is wanting to share. Better yet, go to that place of remembrance with someone who has a different life experience from you. Talk together, reflect together, honor together, and mourn together.
Career success starts at Montgomery College. At MC, you can prepare for a rewarding career in these exciting fields.
Once again, in black, Monroe. In white, Frederick. Monroe up by 15 points at the halftime, 40-25. We're just now underway in the second half. And a quick foul there on number 12, the leading scorer for Monroe, Carlotta Gomez Alonso. Gomez Alonso had 14 points in the first half. The second leading scorer for Monroe is number 11, Alicia Secaroli. She had 10. Leading scorer for Frederick is number 1, Amelia Robbins. And Paige Smith had 7 for Frederick. Those are the top two scorers for Frederick. So we're underway here in the third quarter.
Gomez Alonso from Madrid, Spain. 3-ball in the corner.
Getting off to a hot start already.
Michael Brown again alongside my partner, Andre Anderson. It's been all Mustangs. They led from the opening tip.
Great pass. Great defense.
Smith saves it for Frederick. Good hustle play.
Stop and pop and a little strong.
Cosme with the shot, off the mark. In case you are joining us late, this is the first of 4 games today, 4 more games tomorrow as part of the Montgomery College tip-off basketball tournament. Annual event. Robbins loses control. Good look at Amelia Robbins. Leading scorer for Frederick.
Floater.
Good rebound there by Gomez Alonso. Smith no good. Brown with the ball. Let's set the lineups again for both teams. For the Mustangs from Monroe, number 23, Sharon Brown. Number 11, Alicia Secaroli. Number 10, Nicole Bencosme. Number 2, Kaya Nolan. And number 12, Carlotta Gomez Alonso. Starters in the second half for Frederick. Number 1, Amelia Robbins. And number 10, Michaela Wright. Number 3, Paige Smith. Number 2, Brianna Lawyer. And I got to say, Andre, we were talking in the first half about number 13 for Monroe, Emma Wilson-Saltos, who started the game, played just a few minutes and hasn't been back in. So I'm wondering, she may have been hurt. Maybe perhaps we missed that.
Yeah, we might have.
Although I don't recall it. But it's unusual that she's not out there, considering she's second on the team in scoring and first on the team in rebounds.
Maybe because there's a back-to-back situation today, she may have a little nick, somewhere.
That's true.
So they're like, you know what, sit out today, play tomorrow, maybe one of those situations.
That's true. Both teams will be playing back-to-back days as part of the tournament format. So that very well could be it, or perhaps she came in and maybe was not 100% to begin with, and the coach said, you know what, let's give her a day off. So, and just as we say it, in she comes.
Yeah, in she comes.
Elma Wilson-Saltos, number 13, checks in for Monroe. So we're glad she's not injured. You can tell she's a very athletic player, good defender, long arms. Rebound for Gomez Alonzo. Good look at Sharon Brown with the basketball. Neither team has done a whole lot of substituting. Good rebound there by Robbins. Gets it ahead to Smith. Just takes it too far under. And then lost the ball, but it's going to stay. It's a foul. So that's going to put Smith on the line. Again, if you're joining us late, this is women's NJCAA basketball, and they have a slightly different format than the men. The women play 4 10-minute quarters and 5 fouls, and you're in the one-on-one situation. So it doesn't take long to get into the one-on-one situation. There's a travel by Nolan. Again, she's not moving well.
Not at all. Seems to be that left ankle or something.
Looks like the left ankle or
left something.
Calf or thigh, something on the, it's the ankle. She just bent down to touch it. She's clearly uncomfortable out there. Lawyer, no good. Rebound to Gomez Alonzo. She's been impressive.
She has been.
Great ball movement. A little bit of a hard pass there by Wilson-Saltos. And turns it over. Bringing up the ball is Michaela Wright. Giving Robbins a little bit of a break from the ball handling duty. She's done the majority of it. Smith from way downtown.
Oh, there it is.
Nothing but net on that one.
There it is.
Smith had 7 points in the first half. Took her a while to get going. She is the leading scorer for Frederick coming into today's game. Loose ball, Robbins gets it to Hardy, and her shot's off the mark. Smith wanted that 3. Turnover. And a foul on Robbins. I'm sorry, Hardy to boot. Fouled Secaroli. Secaroli took an elbow in the stomach, and she was checking to make sure all the parts were still there.
Yeah, that's one thing about being down low in the paint. It's elbows are going to be flying. Hands are up trying to get rebounds, so you got to watch out not to get kind of hit in the head or the ribs.
A lot of traffic in there.
Oh yeah.
Alicia Jamont is now in for Frederick. played a little bit in the first half. Robbins,
Ooh,
nice
wow. Great drive by Robbins.
Amelia Robbins has really impressed us today. Gomez Alonzo out top to Brown.
Wow. That was a
Nice
great
give and go there. So Nolan, despite favoring that ankle, has been a big contributor. And there's a travel.
Great defense there by Nolan as well. It's a great shot of her right there on the screen.
A bit of pressure again from Frederick. Not sure what the call is here. Have an issue with the clock. Definitely an issue with the clock. Because all of a sudden we had 32 minutes left in the quarter.
Wow. New rule. Third quarters are 32 minutes long.
We're back to square one here. I'll tell you what, Nolan is not 100%, but you wouldn't know it from this little exhibition. Wilson Saltos.
Bank is open. Even on a Saturday, which is usually not the case.
Smith. To Robbins. To Smith. He's open.
There it is.
Oh. Nice two-man game there between Robbins and Smith.
Yeah, she's getting going here in this quarter. 2-3 so far.
She had 21 points in their opener earlier this week. Robbins is very expressive. And that's a jump ball. And it'll stay down at the Monroe end. Monroe College Mustangs from the Bronx, New York, taking on Maryland's own Frederick Cougars. Cougars, of course, from right up the road, right up 270 in Frederick. And there's a good look at Sharon Brown, the point guard for the Mustangs. Very solid player. Makes the first. I'm not sure what the holdup is here, but Brown shoots the second and makes them both. Mustangs have led comfortably the entire game. Smith, and that's going to be a block because she was inside the circle. And Smith just went right at her. Well, now that I see the replay, that's a little bit questionable. But they do give the foul to Nolan, and that'll put Smith on the line. It was right near the that little arc that they have put inside the lane there. And if the defender is inside that arc when the collision occurs, chances are it's going to be a defensive foul.
Pull up. Oh, my goodness.
Smith again.
Yeah, I tell you, when she heats up, it seems like.
And all of a sudden, we have a 12-point game.
Yeah.
Monroe is led by 20 or more most of the game. Well, since the first quarter.
And look at Paige Smith hitting these threes. Don't give her any space because, hey.
No, she's feeling it right now. Took her a while to get going in the first half, but she has really she heated up near the end of the half, and then has just kept it going here in the second half. She and Robbins have had a real nice symbiosis out there. They're really playing well together.
It's probably the first time that symbiosis has been used in basketball. The word symbiosis.
Well, there I go again, showing off my crossword. I don't even want to call it a passion. It's like I'm addicted to crosswords. Well, you know, when you get to be my age, Andre, and, you know, in about 110 years you'll figure this out. You got to keep that old brain muscle working.
I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Are you a New York, what is it, the New York?
Oh, I'm a New York Times guy all the
New
way.
York Times crossword guy?
Yeah,
okay.
Oh yeah.
So at least I know about that.
I love the Sunday New York Times.
There you go.
It's the hardest one of the week. I love it.
It's nothing like receiving the old school paper.
It's the holy grail of crosswords. The crossword was invented by the New York Times.
Really?
Yes, it was.
Fun fact of the day.
Potentially useless fact, but it is a fun fact.
I was also going to say, depending if you think crossword puzzles aren't fun, then it'd be a non-fun fact of the day.
Another timeout on the floor. Good look at the Frederick bench. Again, the Frederick coaches are, their head coach is Sheldon Henry, and their assistants are Angie Navarez, Alexis Ogren, and Kevin Henry. Head coach for the Monroe Mustangs is Camille McClellan, and her assistant is Rashidi Akins. Good look at McClellan. She's in her first season. And actually, Sheldon Henry is in his first season of his second stint at Frederick. He was there for 4 years, left for a couple of seasons, and then came back last year.
I always think that's pretty cool when a coach, they're there for a little bit, they go somewhere else, or whatever they're doing something else, and then they come back. They have a good familiarity. Saturday, it's hard to get these words out. With the program.
There's Nolan. She seems to be moving better now.
She does.
Maybe it was just a factor of warming up the ankle. I don't know.
Adrenaline.
Smith tries it again, no good.
That was definitely a heat check.
Saltos with the rebound. And there's Saltos. So she didn't play much during the first half, but she's come back here in the second half and is having an immediate impact. That was a nice move.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
As she got by Jamat. She had the size and the size advantage. And she put it to good use. Makes the foul shot. So quickly, Monroe recovers and pushes the lead back up to 17. In for Frederick is number 7, Andrea Owusu. No substitutions for Monroe, and just one in the second half. There's Smith. Nice move, couldn't get it to go, hit the back of the rim. Now Nolan limping again. Saltos. Strong move.
Very strong.
But it was off the mark. Here's Smith. She's liable to explode at any second here. Blows by Saltos,
There
and
she goes again.
nice little teardrop. 15-point game. Gomez Alonso with a strong drive. Rebound to Secaroli. Had it blocked. Secaroli's been quiet in the second half.
She has. It's Frederick's, this team's defense this quarter, even their offense has gotten them back into the game, but the energy that they've shown this quarter has really kind of put a hold on Monroe.
Yeah.
And then the three, right on cue.
Those threes will kill you. They'll get you back in it, and they can kill you. Smith.
Great job.
Wilson, Saltos.
Three ball.
And that's the quarter. And Monroe maintains the lead, 63-46. And let's talk about what's ahead of us for the rest of the day. As we mentioned, it's a four-game day here. Coming up next, about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, we've got the Union College Owls from New Jersey taking on the Paul D. Camp Community College Hurricanes from Virginia. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll see the Montgomery College Raptors, one of the homestanding teams, one of the hosts. They'll be taking on one of their longtime rivals, the Nova Nighthawks.
Mm-hmm.
And then in our final game of the day, we'll see the Raptors men's team taking on the County College of Morris Titans. And so both teams in that one will be looking for their first win of the season. So that is our schedule. Each game the succeeding game will start about 20 minutes after the conclusion of the prior game. So a full day of basketball, and then we've got 4 more tomorrow. So if you love college basketball, and this is college basketball really in its purest form, this is the place to be. If you can't be here, Andre, there's plenty of ways for them to watch off-site.
Yeah, plenty of ways to watch. YouTube, Montgomery College YouTube page, YouTube channel. If you go to the live section, all the games will be there. Yeah, all the games will be there under that live tab. You click it, you'll see all the games. Obviously, if the game's not being played yet, if you click the game, you won't see the game. But you can, have a little reminder for yourself to when these games start so that you can check out the game and hear a great live broadcast from Michael and myself.
Yeah, Andre and I are looking forward to spending the weekend at Montgomery College.
Oh, yeah, I got my bed set up in my office.
Yep.
I
brought my cot with me. I'm going to sleep at the free throw line.
That's actually not a bad place.
Yeah.
It's not a bad. I was thinking about maybe in the corner area, corner 3.
Yeah. And, of course, we expect room service.
That would be outstanding.
I understand Dan Rankin is going to be providing room service.
Yeah, and then Peter Pereira will also be helping out with that as well.
That's right.
That'll be great.
He said something about waking us up in the morning.
As an alarm.
Yeah. So anyway, a full weekend of college basketball. And Smith is fouled. She'll go to the line. Paige Smith. I tell you, I love the energy that she plays with.
I don't think she's come out the game at all.
No, she has not come out of the game. Actually, there hasn't been a lot of substituting by either team.
No, not at all. Robbins has also been in the game
Amelia
the whole
Robbins
time.
for Frederick.
And I believe Wright as well.
Michaela Wright has played start to finish. And then as far as Monroe goes, Secaroli hasn't been out. Gomez Alonso has been in the entire time, and Sharon Brown has been in. So I would guess that means there's some inexperience on that bench.
Yeah. I mean, also these starters, this could be also a situation where they're getting a lot of conditioning.
Right.
Like the coach is like,
Right.
You know what? A lot of you players are going to be playing a lot of minutes this season. So especially in a back-to-back situation, this could be a chance for them to get a lot of conditioning. Especially game conditioning compared to practice conditioning is a lot different. So.
It's a lot different. The intensity, no matter how tough the practice, it's just something different about a game. Robbins, nice touch. Cuts it to 12 again. This has been the closest that Frederick has been. They cut it to 12 in the third quarter, and then Monroe quickly responded with a couple of threes. And there is Wilson Saltos. Puts them up by 14. 7:49 to go in the game. And there's a block by Wilson Saltos. And not sure I think they're debating who the foul was on.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
And Wilson Saltos checks out. And Nolan back in for the Mustangs. Point game, 7.5 minutes to go. And a turnover. Little pressure, but Monroe handles it. There's a steal. Secarelli is down. And a bucket. Secarelli hit the floor hard.
Yeah, there's no give with these courts.
No.
When you hit the court.
She is windmilling her left arm. Like may have suffered a little bit of a shoulder injury there. 12-point game.
Yep, it's a couple threes. 1 3, 1 stop, another 3 again. Boom. Game on. I mean, game is on right now, but just a couple buckets and a couple stops.
Yep.
This Frederick team will be only down by a couple of points, which is honestly amazing how they were down by like 20 plus earlier in the game.
Yes. They were down almost 30. And but their three-point shots have been falling. And they have fought back in, and they haven't shown an ounce of quit. So the next 7 minutes should be interesting.
Great pass, great cut.
Oh, they called the play off the bench. but she couldn't get it to fall. And the foul is on Wright, and that'll put Alonzo, Gomez Alonzo on the line. She'll shoot 2. Just 3 team fouls for the Mustangs and just 1 for Frederick so far in this quarter. Again, 5 team fouls and you go 1 and 1. Missed it. Oh, stolen by Gomez Alonzo. Forced it up. And the ball will go to Frederick. So Alonzo with the steal, but then she kind of forced it up there. And the ball was turned over to Frederick. Lawyer to Robbins. Smith always moving without the basketball. Robbins.
Good bucket. Wow, great
Jasmine
shot.
Hardy. Got a hand in her face and
Great defense. Ooh.
almost a steal there by Frederick. Now we got a tie-up situation. Lawyer puts it up. In and out.
Boy, in and out. That could have actually brought them to their closest deficit of the game.
As it is, they've got a 12-11. And
We almost got in the action.
we almost got in the game there. Put me in, Coach.
I won't do too much, but I'll give it a shot.
I might make 2 trips, maybe 1 trip up and down the court. I'll tell you, Frederick has really turned up the intensity on the defensive end.
They have, and after the majority of their players not coming out at all, they still have a lot of energy running up and down.
There's Brown, drives, up, no good.
Great steal.
Out, steal by Wright. Oh! She had Nolan right behind her and maybe paid a little too much attention to Nolan. Kind of forgot where she was on the court. And her shot was basically impossible.
Yeah.
Because it was under the basket.
She was worried about that chase down block. You gotta just go up for it, but this is the chance right here. Take their time.
Oh, nice pass.
Drop
and it
and
falls.
Wow.
Great pass from Smith to Hardy. Cuts it to 9. It's the closest it's been since the first quarter.
Yep. Oh, travel.
And a travel.
Look at that defense.
Defense forced that turnover. And here comes Smith. Plenty of time. Over 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Smith.
3 ball.
And we got a foul. Not sure what the call is.
Seems to be an injury as well.
Hardy got hit in the face.
Oof. Hard hit.
Wow. Hardy and Gomez Alonzo colliding. And Hardy got the worst of it. Foul is on Alonzo. And that's the 4th team foul on Monroe. And Robbins will inbound it under the Frederick basket with 5 minutes to go. 9-point game. Out to Lawyer. Good drive.
Good drive.
Oh. No foul, and she missed it. Good defense. Robbins almost with the steal. Brown.
Don't jump. Good block.
Oh, beautiful
wow,
block.
Great defense. You know Smith wants this one. To the rack she goes.
Oh, all the way.
Wow.
It is a 7-point game, folks.
This is
Monroe has
amazing.
led by as much as 30. But Frederick just won't go away.
Great pass.
Nice feed to Nolan from
Zaccarelli.
Yeah, Zaccarelli. Beautiful. That's what they Monroe needed. There's
Reball.
Smith
Oh.
off the mark, got a hand in her face. Robbins with the rebound. And she's tied up. Timeout, Frederick.
That's a great call to keep possession of the ball.
Smart call there by the Frederick coach as Robbins was about to be tied up. And that would have been a, well, I'm not, let's see, the arrow would have been in favor of Monroe. So that was a heads-up play there by the coach, Sheldon Henry. It has been a rough second half for Monroe. They led by 15 at the half. They led by 12 at the first quarter, 15 at the half, by 20 at the third quarter, and it's now a 9-point game. That is a testimony to the coaching of Frederick and the never say die attitude of the players.
This is something that they can take, you know, with them throughout the season. Say, hey, we went up with the D1 team right here. We were down by 20 plus, and we rolled back. We never gave up. We continued to fight, and they shot those threes. They let them things fly.
And let's keep in mind, Frederick dropped their opener decisively. We'll just say that. Losing to the #1 team in Maryland, JUCO Essex.
And one. No foul.
Nope. Okay. No foul call. They let him play as Hardy missed the shot into the basket. So Monroe with the ball. They're probably going to work the clock a little bit. And there's a blocking foul on Smith. Smith is going to be a tired young lady tonight.
She is. A lot of rest after this. She's had herself a good steal once again.
Oh, right, almost came up with a steal. That was good hustle play.
Rebound.
Zaccarelli misses the three, rebound to Brown, and she's fouled. Foul was actually on Lawyer. Third team foul on Frederick, so neither team is in the 1-and-1. One more foul for Monroe, and that'll put Frederick in the 1-and-1 as they have 4 team fouls. Brown. Alonzo, no good.
Good rebound by Zaccarelli once again.
There's a good look at Alicia from Avignon, France. Shot is off the mark. He's got excellent form, but that shot hit the iron. .258 to go in the game. A lot of time left. Second shot off the back of the rim, no good. But Gomez Alonso came up with it. And a foul. It's going to stay here. I take that back. Foul is on Monroe, and that will put Frederick into the one-on-one. Michaela Wright, 5'2" freshman. I'm sorry, 5'2" sophomore, the only sophomore on the team out of Germantown. Misses the first. And makes the second. Cuts the lead to 8. Out to Brown. See if she works the clock a little bit. Doesn't look like it.
Oh, wow. Legal screen, or legal, yes.
And foul on Frederick, or I'm sorry, on Monroe, offensive foul. It's a turnover. Boy, a three ball here, and we've got a real ball game.
Here it is.
Smith.
Oh,
way downtown, no good. Off the front of the rim. Brown pushes it up. Let's see if they work clock.
great
Here's
defense.
a steal by Smith. And she uses her body, but nope, it just wouldn't fall.
Yeah, those fast break layups with defenders chasing you down it's not as easy as it looks. Not easy at all.
No, she did a great job getting the shot off, using her body as a screen, but a little too much on it. And there's a jump ball situation. It'll stay down there with Monroe. And Cosme inbounds it to Brown. Shot clock is a factor. Oh, Brown with a beauty right as the shot clock was to go off. That's a big bucket. Pushes the lead back to 10.
Yeah, that was almost like a dagger right there.
There was literally less than a second on the shot clock. That's a kick ball. And it'll stay down at the Frederick end. Ceccarelli broke up the pass, but it hit her foot. There's Smith. Change of pace. Ooh. Beautiful move, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line and she'll shoot 2. It's still a ball game.
It is. It is. Knock these two down, only down by 8. Quick stop, quick bucket. I know they're going to look for threes, especially going with the min 13 left. The 3 ball looks like it's going to be shot a lot coming up.
Makes the first. And she makes the second. So timeout Frederick on the floor. Got minute 13 to go. And Monroe up by 8. Again, they have been up at the end of the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
They were up by 20. 63 to 43.
Yeah, it's not like it was like the second quarter or something. It was literally just the last quarter. They made a really big run quickly.
So far this quarter, Frederick has outscored them 19 to 7.
Wow.
And as a result, we've got a ball game.
That's some good math, too, by the way. Really good math.
I used all my fingers and toes on that one. And my abacus.
There we go.
Abacus enters the building.
Another New York Times crossword.
Matter of fact, it was in my crossword last night.
There we see.
Except it was abacusai. In other words, plural.
Yeah, multiple.
More than one abacus.
There we go.
They beat the pressure. Ahead to Secaroli. And she's fouled. Fouled by Lawyer. And Secaroli will shoot 2.
Shooting 2. Alicia Secaroli.
And she's off the mark. She has struggled from the foul line this year.
She has.
Again, small sample. This is only their 4th game of the season. Second shot up, no good.
Great
Rebound to Ben Cosme. That was a big rebound.
It was. It was.
Retained possession. We're under a minute. And Cosme. And that's a shot clock violation. And that'll turn the ball over to Frederick with 42 and a half seconds to go. 8-point game. And look out.
There we go.
They rolled it out there, and
they need a quick 3-ball. They're finding it. Yep. They're looking for Smith. You know she has this in her bag. Crossover.
Here it comes.
Oh.
It's off the mark. And, knocked out of bounds by Robbins. That was a hustle play. She just couldn't save it. So 26 seconds to go, and it's starting to look like Monroe will have this one. Again, both these teams will play again tomorrow. Frederick will go home and sleep in their own beds, but Monroe is down here for the weekend, so from New York, so they will be in a motel or hotel somewhere near here, I'm sure, in unfamiliar surroundings.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, they probably came in last night.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
Good little weekend trip.
And Brown misses. I tell you, Monroe has hurt themselves from the foul line.
They have. Yeah, they could have been putting this game away a long time ago. But what has been saving them is literally this offensive rebounds.
Offensive rebounds.
Great job.
Wow, what a steal there by Robbins. Ahead to Smith. And she cuts it to 6. That is the closest they have been since the first minute of the basketball game. So I can't say enough about the effort by Frederick.
They fought literally until the end. 11.8 seconds left, and they're only down by 6 now. Even if they do lose this game, they have to give themselves credit. They have to.
Absolutely. I mean, if they come out on the short end, their coach cannot be disappointed.
No.
Oh, you know a coach, though. There's always something,
yeah,
right?
Of course. You can never be perfect, but
they have just impressed the heck out of me, both of us, with their effort and their intensity, their hustle, and they're kind of a fun team to watch.
They are
because of a couple of the personalities on this team.
Yeah, fast pace, 3-point shooting, feisty defense.
I mean, I'm thinking Amelia Robbins and Smith in particular are just a lot of fun to watch.
And the freshmen going to be able to come back next year as well, lead this team for a second season. They got a solid core.
All right, 7.2 seconds to go. This one is pretty much over, but again, you can't say, because I've seen some amazing finishes here. You know, so you never put it into the books until that final buzzer sounds. And there is Gomez Alonso. She's been solid from the line. And misses the second. Robbins with the push. Smith, desperation three, off the mark. And that is the final. So Monroe, and I'm going to say this with no apology, Monroe holds on for the win. They literally held on for the win. Great effort by Frederick. Actually, a very entertaining basketball game. Both teams played very hard, and both coaches have got a lot to work with.
They do. They do.
After this one. So we are going to take a quick timeout. Don't forget, in just about 20-25 minutes, we'll be getting the second game of our day underway with two more to follow. In our next game coming up, like I said, in just about 25 minutes, Paul Camp Community College will be taking on Union Community College. And so for Andre Anderson, I'm Michael Brown. We'll see you back here in about 20 minutes.
Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.